Well, anti-immigration marches have begun in cities around the country. They're the third round of marches organised by March for Australia, which staged events across the country last year. Matt Martino from ABC News Verify joins me in the studio now. Hi there, Matt. So what do we know about March for Australia?
So March for Australia is an organisation which bills itself as representing the immigration views of mainstream Australians. But what people need to understand is that it's been linked to an agenda that goes far beyond what most Australians would accept as normal immigration policy. For example, when its website was first established in August last year, before the first march, it contained a reference to the white nationalist concept of remigration, which was subsequently deleted without explanation. Now, remigration, for people who don't know at home, is a white nationalist term which calls for the deportation of non-European migrants, ostensibly to their country of origin. So it goes quite far beyond, this idea of reducing immigration or stopping immigration. And subsequently, we've seen national organiser for March for Australia, Beck Freedom, also known as Beck Walker. She has celebrated that concept has entered the political discourse when it was mentioned by One Nation Senator Malcolm Roberts. So you can see, people can see that the agenda of this organisation has been touched by something that is much larger than simply just limiting immigration.
Yeah, you've been investigating March for Australia sort of since its inception. What have you learned about neo-Nazi influence on these marches?
So the fingerprints of the neo-Nazi group National Socialist Network, which has now been disbanded, have been all over these marches from the very beginning. We've seen multiple examples of NSN influence and links on the marches. So one example is Thomas Sewell, the group's notorious leader, was given a speaking spot in Melbourne at the very first march. We've also seen more recently the Perth organiser openly calling for people to join the White Australia Party, which is the NSN's fledgling political party that it was going to establish. And we also saw on video the national organiser, Ms Walker, was captured on video conferring with a neo-Nazi about where who would carry the march's main banner at the Sydney event, the very first Sydney event. For what it's worth, the March for Australia says that it does not collaborate with the NSN to organise its marches, but these instances, and we have plenty more of them in our reporting, paint a picture of an organisation that has been heavily influenced by the NSN.
You mentioned the NSN has been disbanded. What can we expect, if anything, from them today?
So yes, the organisation has been disbanded in response to the government's hate speech laws. Its leadership has been telling its members not to organise, so to avoid the jail time that they might receive under those laws. But that doesn't mean that these members have or former members have just gone away. What we have now is a group of highly radicalised extreme individuals who are out there in the community without an organisational structure around them to keep them in check. So it's unlikely, obviously, that we're going to see them marching in uniform or marching in formation, but these people are highly motivated by the issue of immigration, so of course they will be out there protesting in plain clothes. Without that organisational structure to keep them in check, they're free agents. So logically it follows that the propensity for violence is somewhat higher. What they do out there today is really anyone's guess, but they will be out there.